friends, and good morning, good morning, guitar. Good morning to you. Great to see you again this morning. I know it's funny to say that, but I like to personify the guitar as a partner in this venture, and I hope that you do too. I hope you have had a successful evening. I hope that you have had a good, healthy sort of evening of rest and repose. And good morning, Kevin. Good morning. Yeah, we're praying like banshees over here. So, all right. So I think what we're going to do is start with. We'll try something a little different. We'll start with actually some breath work today, just some breath work and some thanks, giving some thanks. And maybe I may have to move this thing back a little bit so we can see what's going on. How's that? Good. Sure could use some rain, but man, it makes for beautiful mornings. It certainly does. Yeah, our tomatoes are having a rough one right now, but it is a good morning. It is a good morning, and just go ahead and start with some breathing and just kind of get that posture rolling, get that posture going, and good breath in and a good breath out. And as you know, if you do need any of this equipment here, we do make it available via links and descriptions and affiliate links through the videos and stuff. So this is an A440 tuning fork if you don't have them. And here it is on the guitar. Yeah. There it is. And I think we're pretty close. Not really close enough exactly, but we're getting closer all the time. Still work on the tuning here a little bit. Mark, good morning. think sometimes I forget how easily we can just play the guitar and enjoy the sound of the guitar without really just kind of beating on it, right? So. My people, orphan, I will never forget my home. Really some really great sacred texts out there. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's jump into it. Do you accept requests? Hey, DSS, good morning. Good morning. Let me talk about that. Are you still here? Khan, good morning. Can you play Every Time We Say Goodbye? Good morning, guitar, Mark. Good morning. I've been trying to learn some of my kids' fiddle tunes. Oh, good. I've just been sitting with them and we go over a song. Pick up the harmony by ear. What do you have in mind for a request? This is typically, let's go ahead and get started. I have the metronome here and it's at 60 beats per minute. So I'm going to get started. What you've actually scrolled into is my morning ritual for guitar growth. And you are absolutely, if you are a guitar player, you're absolutely more than welcome to jump in and join us. It's free. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. and I'm here for 1 hour, and I just run through my literal morning ritual. It's what I like to do for the entire year of 2025 is warm up on my guitar, and sometimes get a lot of interest in it. So we're starting with 4 attacks per beat at 60 beats per minute, and we're using fingers. We're starting with 2-finger groups, right? So harmonics, yes, yeah, all right. So we're using 2-finger groups, and then we're starting with fingers that were together. Now we're moving in, not yet, but we will move into fingers that are not together. So what kind of harmonics are you thinking? Yeah, let's get started. And if you have questions, if you have recommendations or whatever, don't hesitate to let me know. If you have, let's see. So the live chat is great. It's here for you. There are some people here who know what's going on, and feel free to make requests if you like. If I see them. If I see the request, I'd love to maybe entertain a request, here and there. Sometimes we do. But it's really just a very programmatic approach. So if you are a guitar player and you think you'd like to play the guitar and you're thinking about it, or you know someone who could benefit from some of this activity, you could go ahead and share this link with them or inform them that this is happening every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the entire year of 2025. Oh, yeah, so Francisco 𝗟𝗃𝗲. Yes, very good. Love that. Yeah, now you're digging deep here. What kind of guitar do you have? I have a guitar that's made by the Martin Company, CF Martin Company. It's a Dreadnought guitar, and it's fingers 2 and 3 on 10 and 12. 2 E and the E and go E and and it is available. If you feel like you wanted to try one, you can purchase one. I have an affiliate link that is on the previous live stream from yesterday, and you can go ahead use that affiliate link if you like and purchase one. But this has been my go-to guitar for the entire year. So we started this program on January 1st. I think we started a little bit before that actually, but this has been my sort of day-to-day banger, my day-to-day beater guitar, and it just works so well. It just works so well. It's got all the tone I need. It's got all of the dynamic response that I need. It's electric. You can plug it in, and it's pretty sophisticated that way. It's got a really nice M1 electronics system, so you'd really enjoy that, I think. Yeah, and and I appreciate all of you who've been purchasing through the affiliate links. It definitely helps to keep the lights on. All of that stuff helps. So if I can help you by bringing new equipment or whatever to light, and build a trust factor with what it is. And I've used this guitar for 1.5 years now, maybe a little over 1.5 years, approaching 1.5 years, and it's just really great. But so we're moving from finger group to finger group, and I really appreciate the new voices here. I love the Martins. The Martin makes some great stuff. If you just listen, yeah, that's great. Just to have an appreciation for music, what music actually is. And I don't know if you've seen it yet, but the Harvard Dictionary of Music is pretty cool. It's got a lot of I don't remember which edition I have. It's probably like a 2010 edition, but it's a really great little piece of music history, fairly significant work from Harvard. So fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12, and here we go. You're from India. Mahogany spruce top. It is. It's a spruce top. Good morning, Roger. Under. Good morning. I'm currently reading the book Birth of Loud. Do you have any guitar book recommendations? Oh. I do have a guitar book recommendation that's really cool. It's more like it's a little less like it's more like a libretto, and it gives us some insights into some transcriptions from Mr. Jim Hall. I can talk a little bit about that because he starts to frame up the state of mind how he actually approaches the instrument, and we're using fingers 1 and 2, 3 on frets 9 and 12, and here we go. So it's by Jim Hall, and it's a sort of a workbook, but let me get back to you with the title. I don't remember the exact title of the book, but that's a really good sort of workbook. I like to read the technical manuals, like the Jimmy Webb's sort of like songwriting books. I love to read the Pat Pattison stuff from Berkeley about songwriting. I love to read the Nicholas Slanimsky's Thesaurus of Modern, melodic scales and patterns. I love that kind of stuff. And let's see. Of course, let's see what else guys I'm working on here. There's a book by 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲, and it's called The World is Sound, and then he does another one called Jazz History. That's pretty informative. And so we're moving through the 2 finger groups. So finger 1 on fret 7 and finger 4 on fret 12. And here we go. So 1 E and a 2, or 1 2 1 2. If you're from India, you're probably counting in groups of 2s and 3s, aren't you? Are you still here from India? Who is from India? Birth of Loud. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Fish. Damien, so I don't know if you've seen, but a guitar unknown maker, really good guitar shenanigans, sing like Jim Croce, yeah. So, Recuerdos de Alhambra, maybe something like that. Yes, I'm from India. So when you count, what you must play this sort of the classical Indian approach, ragas and talas and shruti. So you have the group it. We count things in different subdivisions. I think I've always learned that it's like subgroups of 2s and 3s added together to make a beat. 100 beat patterns or whatever. But let's see. Did I do all of the 2-finger group? I did. So now we're moving on to the 3-finger groups. So 1E and a 2, 2, 3, and 4, go, 9, or 10, 11, and 12. Frets 10, 11, and 12. And then here we come back down the position. That's right. I can hear along with the rest. I'm sure I want to hear what the Martin sounds like. Oh yeah, let me put it to work. Let me just finish, if you don't mind, Damien. I'll give you a little test spin if you want. I'm just using my my cheap microphone on my old iPhone here, but I think it does a fairly good job sort of capturing the sound of the guitar. So if you want to hang around for just one more second, so you see how I'm using fingers 2 and 3 and 4 now, and then when I get back, I've got to go back up and I'll do fingers 1 and 2 and 3 in the same configuration. And then I'll go ahead and just sort of open up the guitar a little bit so we can hear what it sounds like, with open strings and fretted chords and single note lines without me talking behind it. I'll give you a little sample if you want to stick around. Just let me know if that works for you, and I'll do that next. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. DSS. Yeah. Now you hear like the guys like let's see, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 on 10, 11, and 12. Let's go ahead and see what this does. Yeah, I have a broken middle fingernail, and so I won't be able to do any sort of like. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a moment. I won't be able to do any 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗲 today, unfortunately, because I could try, But I'll show you what I'm talking about with my middle finger and then you'll see why. But hang right on there. Right after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3 grouping, I'll go ahead and just sort of play a couple, maybe a minute or two of 30, 40 seconds of some guitar maybe, and see what we can do, just to try to just sample out the sound of the guitar. But this is really about the morning ritual, and this is quite literally my morning warm-up, and there are a few of us who jump on every single morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time with guitars in hand, and we're practicing alone but together. It's a really interesting dynamic on the internet now, so we can go back and forth, and it is fun. Let's go ahead and see what we start with. Let's start with just dropping the bomb. The first thing I like to do when I test out a guitar, so if you were buying a guitar, let me talk about my middle finger. So you see how this finger has like a ramp on it, and this finger has a ramp on it, this finger has a ramp on it, the thumb has a ramp on it. The middle finger broke. So anything that I would do that was calculated and calibrated for fingerstyle guitar, it just doesn't work at the moment until I get that finger grown back. It's just way off, you know. Unfortunately, it's not really the day for that for me. But I really appreciate you being here and asking about that. So that all right, just play the song you like. Let's take a look at just some really nice sounds, you know, on the guitar. And then let's hear what happens. Like, one of the things I like to do when I look for a new guitar is just see, and these strings are old and broken in, and just the way I like them. I don't really care for new strings. So I keep these carefully, you know, every time I'm finished with my guitar, you never see me do this, but I always pinch the string and wipe each string down, every string, after I'm done with the guitar, and that helps me to preserve the length of the string life. But I like to hear the dynamic range. How long do the strings last? What's the sustain, you know? If I start with like a low, really like a how much can I get reasonably out of the guitar? And then, is the high E string balanced with the loudness level of the low E string? Without getting that, you know, that metallic sound out of it, without pushing it too hard. So I think playing, you know, really demonstrating something on a guitar is good. It's really great in the key of G, because we have all these open strings, and the guitar really resonates well there. So let me just see if we can find something in the key of G to play. So some of us play, like, when, for example, if we're playing strings, you know, if we're playing the guitar, we start kind of playing more than we actually need to, because it's sort of like, it's like talking. We play more than we need to because we feel uncomfortable with silence. There we go. ending. But those are fun little songs to play because everybody knows those songs, and hopefully we know those songs, and they're reverent tunes. And so that's what I like to do. Another one that I like to do is, one of those like Grateful Dead tunes. I don't know if you guys know the Grateful Dead, but this is one that's been in the archives for a long time,
I lit out from Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Said I'll run, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Went down to the levee, but the devil caught me there. He loaned me $20 and then he vanished in the air. Said I'll run, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Got the reasons why I awake each lonely night. The first one named Sweet Anne Marie, she my heart's delight. Second one is prison, the sheriff's on my trail. If he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail.
There's a lot that this guitar offers, Yeah, it's a cool little rig. Gotta run, have a good day. Great weekend, everybody, until Monday. As always, Jason, wish you the best. I wish you the best, Kevin. I hope the weekend goes well for all of you, okay? We'll be thinking about you guys, all right? Thanks, Kevin, for being here and being a great, wonderful channel moderator. And a great person in general. So, hey, good morning. Good morning, Lex. Good morning. All right, so we're just jumping back into the thing here. Here's the rest of the morning ritual. So we're starting with fingers 1 and 2 and 4, and then back to 1 and 3 and 4. And Damien, I really appreciate you asking for those. It was a little bit of a slop fest, but that's okay. It was fun. Had a great time doing it. So 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. How about? Somewhere. Just kind of goofing this morning. But anyway, fingers 1 and 2 and 4, and then 1 E and a 2. Here we go. feels kind of slow now. I just feel all amped up, you know, from doing that fun stuff. 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲, James, hey 𝗟𝗶𝘃, good morning. Eugene's, good morning, see you back here. Blackbird, oh, Blackbird's a good one, yeah, that's a wonderful tune. When you're having fun, it's always right. Yeah, that's good, it is. And so I'm just working through the rest of my my finger warm-ups, and maybe we work on another tune here in a second. Just gotta collect my thoughts and work on my breath and my posture. Just sort of remember where my head is supposed to be at this morning in my morning ritual. It's sort of a sacred space, isn't it? You know, it's designed to be sort of chill, just to sort of wake up with guitar. So if you're a guitar practitioner, you know what it's all about. With having the guitar in hand first thing in the morning is an important part of our culture of guitar practitioner. So fingers 1 and 3 and 4, 9 and 11 and 12, 1 E and a 2 E and you can't guess it. I love the challenges. The challenges are great, you know. So how about I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. It's hard to sing one tune and one tonic center over all of these other moving atonal centers. You know, it's a little bit of a chore for me to do that. So it's fun to explore that once in a while, just to be sure that we can still have that separation of melody or tonic centers or tonal, just to be sure, just to provide a check for our tonal memory. So did you know we have a thing called tonal memory? We have a thing called tonal memories. Yeah, where we can actually remember the pitch of something. And that pitch helps us to be good musicians, I guess. I don't know what function the tonal center would actually have other than, you know, I'm going to research a little bit more into that now, because I wonder a little bit about how do we as humans being able to discern the difference between pitches, how does that impact or influence our experience, our human experiences? So anyway, that's really interesting thing to hear. I hadn't really thought of that before, but I guess it's there for a reason. Our tonal memories can be developed so we can become very good at hearing all of those pitches that we're supposed to be able to hear as guitar practitioners or musicians in general. So fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Mark's right. Smash the like button. Awesome. Here we go. And now we're really into the meat and potatoes of the meal here. Carefully observing the metronome, the metronomic life, and 1 E and a 1 2 1 E and a 2 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 2. Just nice and even, and this is a great guide if you were really wanting to get better at the guitar. It really doesn't take a whole lot of. What it does take is just a wee bit of time, you know, a wee bit of time. After these 1, 2, 3, 4s, I'm way behind on my arm and finger stretches, so I think I'm going to take 2 minutes and do that. And this will be a great spot to to do the, you know, light up the live chat, because I can answer questions here. And I can respond to thinking here. It does feel like the 4s are really slow for me now that I've got all jacked up on playing those songs. What guitar are you playing? Hey, 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲. It's a Martin guitar. It's the D. It's a dreadnought shape, and it's the 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲. And it's a really great guitar. I really enjoy it. So here we go with a little bit of a stretch, a wee bit of a stretch, and a wee bit of a breathe in. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well this morning. I really hope you're all doing well this morning. Oh, Mark's taking off. Onesie and a twosie and putting on my shoesies. All right, Mark. I hope you're having a super day, man. Sorry to miss that. I hope you're having a great day. Rumi, great session. Regards from Japan. Whoa, hey. Wow. Well, thank you for being here. I hope you're with guitar in hand. I hope you're with a guitar. And I really hope that you're able to be a torchbearer, a keeper of the message, so to speak. Going to listen while I get ready. All right, Mark. I hope you have a super day, man. I really do. I hope you have a blessed day. And so, what is it, Thursday today? Mostly Crazy all the time is in the house. What a great guitar player. We have so many great guitar players that just come in and check in and check out. And just a beautiful, beautiful experience here in our little corner of the internet. What is it? There it is. I can play it all in one position here. Yeah, very cool. All right, so what are we doing, Mostly Crazy? Let's see. I kind of feel like we could do a little bit more pick work here in the channel, especially in the mornings. I think we're probably getting ready to do that. So 1E ended, 2E ended, TE ended, 4E ended, 1, 2, 3, and then stretch 4. I'm going to use 5s here at the moment, so just to kind of speed this along a little bit. And this is what happens when I play or take requests early on in the live stream. I feel like I'm on like second gear already. Maybe six beats per bar here per beat. This is good, really great wrist exercises for the pick hand. And it's really important to breathe, you know. Good morning, Mark. Mostly. I was happy to stay up long enough and catch you this week. Oh! Please, people, study teaches picking hand on this exercise. So have you done this you've done a lot of this kind of work, right? For the band, for the stuff that you play in Nun Puncher. I mean, you've done a lot of your time here, right? This is the kind of work that you do too, right? Yes, sir. I'm a beginner. My brother just got me an Epiphone Les Paul. Oh, very cool. Well, congratulations, Harumi. This is just what we want to do, you know, as beginners. I think if we can get locked into a lifetime sort of scheme of growth for the guitar, I think this is a great thing to do. Part of these exercises also include sort of like tonic centers. And then some of those other ideas we could also we don't always really want to work through the major scale, but this is really great stuff to be doing. And sometimes, you know, I'll lose an audience if we start just working on scales that kind of go through the cycle 4. That's a hugely important part of my my warm-up sequence. It's not a practice sequence. This is definitely warm-up. It's stuff that I know really well. It's stuff that I just wake up to with the guitar in the mornings. And so why don't I just run through this? You can always come back to this again if you want. If there's something in here that you want to come back and review, all of these live streams are actually made available on demand. So you could go watch at right here on my channel at Jason Carey Guitar, and then and review these on demand, and then come, like, let's say 44 minutes in and work on, you know, watch it in slow motion, and then maybe document it yourself. Transcribing these exercises is super important. I can keep giving you all of the things and all of that, but if you don't do the work yourself, you know it's really important to do the work yourself and transcribe too, right? I appreciate you being here as a beginner too. I feel sort of like I'm still a beginner myself. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So the warm-ups, I'm just going to complete the 1, 2, 3 stretch 4, and I think we did that. I'm going to come back and do the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just with the kickstand, but I'm stretching instead of using the fingers on contiguous frets. We've been through 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. Now we're going to stretch 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just working through all of these pieces, I know it's not learning songs, and it's not that, you know, many of us start playing guitar. We all play guitar, we all start for, you know, similar but different reasons. And learning songs and learning pieces of music and improving the repertoire is super important, because that's how we interface with our, you know, with the public or with the world at large. So is through song. But I also know that there's an emerging world of really talented guitar players all the time, and you never know, like, the next Michelangelo might be laying in the street corner. You know what I mean? So you never know where the next, guitar sort of quote unquote savior is going to come from. And that person could be wearing rags, you know, and could be destitute, and then decide one day to flip that switch and just become a guitar practitioner and have something genuinely good and kind and loving to offer the world around that person, and then could continue to create little torch bearers all over the planet. So that's what we're doing, I think, is working on ourselves first, starting with the self, and then coming back to glorifying the warm-up is something that I had never seen before we started this program. Now, there are a lot of people on the internet sort of practicing and warming up with the guitar now, and it's a great thing to do. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's whatever gets us to the seat, whatever gets us to the guitar. And if all I do today is play my sacred warm-ups, that's good enough for me. But that's not, hopefully, all I'm going to do. Let's just go ahead and rip through some of these are major scale patterns. These are starting on C, and I'm working through Harami just subscribed. Oh, there you go. Well done, man. Well done. Congratulations and welcome. If you have things that you would like to work on, Harami, or mostly crazy, I think you're pretty well advanced as a guitar player. But if there are things, if you'd like to see certain kinds of things that you think, or if you'd like to visit my website at JasonCareyGuitar.com, you can communicate with me a little bit there. The website's really basic right now, but it's growing. But you can communicate with me there and let me know. Or you could actually email me directly at grow, G-R-O-W, at JasonCareyGuitar.com. And just let me know, say hi, and let me know what it is you're up to. Give me a list of 3 short-term goals and a list of 3 long-term goals of where you see yourself, by the new year. In like a few months, where do I see myself? 3 goals. And then again, 3 long-term goals 5 years from now. You can always email me that anytime you want. And that will help inform us what kind of videos that we produce for you. So you can always do that anytime you like. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. And I think I might have the tablature for this somewhere. So if you want that, email me. And starting with C and going up the cycle of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or do, re, mi, so, no, do, re, mi, fa, and then that's the cycle 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going through the cycle of 4s, or counterclockwise around the cycle of 5ths. It's great to see an order side of how to learn the guitar or music in general. I don't know how to read and never had a lesson. I learned by ear. That's a great way to learn. A lot of great guitar players have learned that way and become, like Eddie Van Halen, for example, as you know, when I was young playing with all folks growing up. That's the way to do it. That's where the rubber meets the road. Oh, Harumi, I really appreciate that. That will help to define some of the sessions that we produce coming forward. That's great. I appreciate it. Would have probably learned a lot quicker. So let's talk about that. And I'm moving up to F now. So the cool thing about learning is a cyclical sequence, and when we learn the guitar, we actually learn it exactly. It's like, I don't know if you're a Lord of the Rings geek or not, but I certainly am. So, but we learn what we need to learn when we need to learn it. ready to learn the next thing, the teacher arrives, right? There's a little zen involved in the whole process of learning. But I'm content with being comfortable with where I'm at. I learned that I'll never really fully be, if I don't accept where I am and love where I'm at, I'm never going to be happy. Now, I have an unhealthily competitive bone in me, but I only compete with myself, because competing with anyone other than the self, sort of, to me, I've grown to understand that as asinine. And then when we compete with the self, we don't really need, I have friends who are pro musicians, they're studio session players, and they don't read at all, they gig every night, and they play songs that they love every single night, and they're happy, well-adjusted guitar practitioners, getting paid to do what they do. So I don't, we don't need to do anything. If you really want to do something though with a guitar, the goal system is really important, super important, right? Usually what I'll do is I'll go through this major scales pattern. So here's pattern number 1. And I'm on the key of B major now, and then the key of E major, and then the key of A major, and then the key of D major. D major is a great scale for the guitar because of all of the open strings and the ringing, all of the sympathetic tones that you can find ringing in that key. D major is great. And then here we go with another great key on the guitar, which is G major, and then C major. Notice that I'm playing C major, but we started with C major if you were here for this whole sequence. Now I've found C major in a different location. And that's what this kind of playing will do, this kind of study will do for us. Playing everything we know through the cycle 4 sequence. So for example, C major 7 chord, and then E or F major 7 chord, and then B7. B flat major 7, and then E flat major 7, and then A flat major 7, and then D flat major 7, and G flat, and then C flat, and then B, and then E major 7, and then A major 7, and then D major 7, and then G major 7, and then C major 7, and then the way we strum each chord. Is it musical, or is it just kind of, yeah, whatever? So we want to learn all of those things, right? Put those things together. We're getting close to the end. I'm coming to the last 4 minutes, and I think I want to just get back to some pentatonic studies. And I'm Mostly Crazy is just a wonderful guitar player. If you haven't heard his band called Nun Puncher, N-U-N, Nancy, N-U-N, Puncher. It's great guitar work, and like the vocal work, everything, the bass, the drum work, everything is just it's so refreshing to hear, just to hear that kind of precision and care in the music that's being made, you know. It's a beautiful thing to hear, so check them out. And we'll go up and down. What I'm doing now is I'm doing something a little different. You know what I could do is, let's go ahead and take that pentatonic shape through the cycle 4 and see what happens. Some of these shapes are going to be a little different from what you're conditioned to playing, but most of us, typically what happens to most of us is most of us will find a pattern that we know and love, and this is the first pentatonic pattern that many of us learn. And a lot of guitar players have made careers on using only this pattern augmented with this pattern. Little Jimi Hendrix or B.B. King extension. So you can see how easy, with a low it's a relatively low barrier for entry to really just get interested in the guitar and just get to know enough to be dangerous. And then it's also going to take us a lifetime to master it, you know, to our own standards and specifications. All right, so I think that's pretty close to being the end of today's session. I'll just wrap it up with a little bit of, I'm butchering your name. Sanidhya, I'm so proud of you to put that type of focus all the time. Oh, did I miss something? I missed something. You like 𝗟𝗃. I'm not sure what that is. Hermie. It's been a month and I'm practicing around 3 hours, 4 times a week. Whoa, very cool. That's a go get 'em attitude. That's what we like to see around here. You're gonna dominate, yeah. Okay, let's do a quick blues lick, all right? If some Sanidhya is still here, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to jump. But let me know if you're still here, and we'll go ahead and work on a blues lick. I'll give you a couple of seconds to respond if you want. Okay. How about we do a quick little like. Let's go to A minor pentatonic. Then we'll think about, So that's pretty fun. Those are fun songs to play. You know what I mean? When you can get that. Thank you very much for being here, and I really appreciate you. Yeah, oh yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that's cool. I really do appreciate you being here. So thank you very much. Mostly Crazy anytime. I really appreciate you being here to keep carrying the torch and help to continually keep that inner mounting flame ignited. So very cool. Let's get the last second thumbs up for our teacher. Oh, hey, all right. So let's do it. If you want, you can double tap the screen and you can double tap your viewport, and that will help the channel surface. Maybe, I don't really know how this works, but can I get a shout out from my homie? Love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love the internet, guys. Thanks for being here. I will introduce you to my Japanese friends. That sounds great. Thank you so much. And we'll see you all very soon. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time for the entire year of 2025. And I'm not sure, you know, if you want to come back, you are absolutely more than welcome. So if you do come back, heck yeah. And if you don't, I totally get it. And I know you're on a mission, and I hope you enjoy that mission and complete it. Anyway, I'll do this all day, so I'm not going to. Until we meet again, I wish you happy picking. See ya.